If you have recently passed the age of 40 and started noticing that you feel perpetually exhausted or unusually irritable, you might have been told that this is just a normal part of getting older. You might blame your lack of sleep on stress and your muscle cramps on a long day at work. But there is a silent internal crisis happening that millions of women are currently overlooking. We are talking about a deficiency in the master mineral that is responsible for over 300 biochemical reactions in your body. Magnesium is the engine that keeps your cells running, and without it, your body starts to send out SOS signals that most people mistake for the symptoms of perimenopause or simply the wear and tear of life. Today we are revealing the hidden signs of low magnesium that women over 40 should never ignore, and how this single mineral could be the key to reclaiming your energy and your health. To understand why this mineral is so critical for women in this specific age group, we first have to look at how magnesium functions in the human machine. Magnesium is essential for DNA repair, for nerve function, and for maintaining a steady heartbeat. However, research suggests that up to 70% of adults are not getting enough of it in their daily diet. For women over 40, the stakes are even higher because the body undergoes massive hormonal shifts during the transition toward menopause. These changes can actually deplete your magnesium stores faster than your diet can replenish them. This creates a vicious cycle where your body cannot properly manage the stress of aging because it lacks the foundational mineral needed for cellular repair. One of the first and most common hidden signs of low magnesium is a total disruption of your sleep patterns. If you find yourself lying awake at night with your mind racing, or if you wake up feeling just as tired as when you went to bed, you might be dealing with a magnesium shortage. Magnesium plays a vital role in supporting the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the system responsible for helping you relax and stay calm. It regulates a neurotransmitter called GABA, which essentially tells your brain to turn off and go to sleep. When your magnesium levels are low, your nervous system stays in a state of high alert, making it physically impossible to achieve deep and restorative rest. This leads to a form of chronic fatigue that no amount of caffeine can truly fix. Moving beyond sleep, we have to talk about the physical sensations in your muscles and nerves. Have you ever experienced a sudden twitch in your eyelid or a sharp cramp in your calf while you are trying to relax? These are not just random annoyances. They are clear signals that your muscles are struggling to relax. Magnesium acts as a natural calcium blocker to help muscles move from a state of contraction into a state of relaxation. If you do not have enough magnesium to balance out the calcium in your cells, your muscles will stay excessively contracted. For women over 40, this often manifests as restless leg syndrome or chronic tension in the neck and shoulders. Ignoring these small twitches can lead to long-term issues with muscle recovery and physical mobility as you age. The impact of magnesium deficiency on mental health is perhaps the most overlooked sign of all. Women in their 40s and 50s often report feelings of overwhelming anxiety or sudden mood swings that they attribute entirely to fluctuating hormones. While hormones do play a role, magnesium is the stabilizing force that manages your stress response. Magnesium helps to regulate the pituitary gland and the adrenal glands, which control your cortisol levels. When you are deficient, even a small amount of stress can feel catastrophic. You might find yourself feeling more irritable than usual or experiencing a sense of brain fog that makes it difficult to focus on daily tasks. By restoring your magnesium levels, you are essentially giving your brain the buffer it needs to handle the emotional roller coaster of midlife. Another critical sign that your body is low on this master mineral is the health of your heart and your blood pressure. Magnesium is essential for maintaining the electrical signals that keep your heart beating at a regular rhythm. If you have ever felt a sudden flutter or a skipped beat in your chest, known as a palpitation, it could be a sign that your mineral balance is off. Furthermore, magnesium helps your blood vessels to relax and remain flexible. When levels are low, the blood vessels can become more rigid, which leads to an increase in blood pressure. For many women over 40, this is the age when cardiovascular health becomes a primary concern. Ignoring these subtle heart flutters or a creeping increase in blood pressure can have serious consequences for your long-term heart health. We also have to consider the health of your bones. Most women are told to focus exclusively on calcium to prevent osteoporosis as they age, but calcium cannot do the job alone. In fact, without enough magnesium, your body cannot effectively absorb or transport calcium to where it is actually needed. Magnesium is required for the conversion of vitamin D into its active form, which is the primary driver of bone density. If you are taking calcium supplements without checking your magnesium levels, you might actually be doing more harm than good, as the calcium can build up in your arteries rather than your bones. For women over 40, maintaining this balance is the difference between having strong, resilient bones or facing a higher risk of fractures later in life. So why is this mineral deficiency so much more prevalent once you cross the 40-year threshold? The answer lies in a combination of lifestyle and biology. As we age, our digestive tracts become less efficient at absorbing nutrients from the food we eat. At the same time, many common medications taken by women in this age group, such as those for blood pressure or acid reflux, can actually block magnesium absorption or cause the kidneys to flush it out of the system more rapidly. Additionally, chronic stress, which is a hallmark of the sandwich generation lifestyle, where women are caring for both children and aging parents, causes the body to dump magnesium out of the cells at an alarming rate. You are essentially working with a budget that is shrinking every year while your expenses are going up. To turn this around, you need a strategic approach to your diet and your lifestyle. The good news is that magnesium is found in many delicious and accessible foods. Dark leafy greens like spinach and kale are some of the most potent sources of this mineral. Nuts and seeds, especially pumpkin seeds and almonds, are also packed with magnesium and make for a perfect afternoon snack to stabilize your energy levels. Even dark chocolate is a great source provided it has a high cacao content. However, because our modern soil is often depleted of minerals, many experts suggest that diet alone might not be enough for women who are already showing signs of a severe deficiency. Testing for magnesium deficiency can be tricky, because only about 1% of your magnesium is actually stored in your blood. A standard blood test might show normal levels even if your tissues and bones are starved for the mineral. This is why paying attention to these hidden symptoms is so much more important than waiting for a laboratory result. If you recognize yourself in these signs of sleep issues, muscle tension, and anxiety, it is worth discussing a high-quality supplement with your healthcare provider. Whether you choose magnesium glycinate for better sleep or magnesium malate for increased energy, the right form can make a massive difference in how you feel day to day. Reclaiming your vitality after 40 does not have to be a complicated mystery. By listening to the subtle language of your body and addressing the foundational needs of your cells, you can move through this stage of life with strength and clarity. Magnesium is the silent partner in your health that makes everything else work better. When you take care of this one mineral, you are taking care of your heart, your brain, your bones, and your nervous system all at once. If you found this breakdown of magnesium signs helpful, and you want to continue learning how to optimize your health as you age, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are committed to bringing you the latest science-based health insights to help you live your best life ever. Join our community of health-conscious women and hit that subscribe button now so you never miss another deep dive into the nutrients